Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first of two live broadcasts. And of course, tonight we're going to be finishing up our May boot camp for Facebook and LinkedIn. And what we've been talking about all week are some of the newest recruiting secrets that will enable you to enroll reps faster using LinkedIn and Facebook's newest feature. And the bottom line is that we have to learn to accept change. And as a result of that, as we introduce new strategies and new material, it's working with all of you, my bootcamp students, my coaching students that come back to me and say, Max, I don't really understand how to do this, or I don't really understand how to do that. That actually creates some of the training programs that we put together. All right? And for that, I appreciate all of you. See, my proven and simple four-step formula is behind the success of the top earners in your business using Facebook and LinkedIn. Only today, LinkedIn is better than Facebook. When you follow the formula to the letter, it will produce great results for you, no matter what you're selling. It doesn't matter. You can connect with perfect prospects and close sales with the people that you know or with total strangers. So we're basically going, it's 4 steps. And you're going to learn the dance. 4 steps. Create a page. Connect with people. Communicate with them. Close them. And then it's just a matter of following the steps. And once your profile's set up, connect, communicate, and close. And then there's a conversational rhythm that comes with the whole process. Connect, communicate, and close. And when you do it right, and you follow the scripts, and you pay attention to the other person, literally, you could be talking to the right prospect every day, targeting on people that you know in advance need what you have, want what you have, and you can put your own personality into this. You can put your own moves, if you will. But at the end of the day, it comes down to connecting with people, communicating with them, and closing them. And then once you got it, you need to dance every day. And literally, you can go from having a small number of connections to a large number of connections. You could be building your business, frankly, as big as you want. There's no limits. Frankly, there's no limits to the amount of money you can be making either. This process is so basic, so simple, that in no time at all, you're going to be putting on a happy face because your business can grow as far and as fast as you want it to go. You have to learn the dance and follow the steps. All right? Otherwise, you're not going to have the results that you're looking for. You're not going to have the success that you're looking for. There's always a reason why. See, there are 4 things that make a social network great for prospecting and recruiting. First, it's the profiles. The profiles of users contain information that helps you identify a good prospect in advance of contacting them. So you know in advance who you're going to talk to. Then, a method of communicating with other users on the network, texting, live chat, private messaging. 3, a searching feature that enables you to filter through the entire population of users for prospecting and recruiting. And finally, the ability to create or share videos that attract perfect prospects so that you can dominate your niche market. But it's always going to come down to conversation, to who are you talking to. And last night, during our 10 o'clock session, Kim Blatt, who is one of the leaders in Herbalife, that is putting together an online conversations. And Greg, absolutely. All right, absolutely. You'll be the first one we look at. Okay? So it's conversation. But last night, Kim had difficulty working with Sales Navigator. Now, some people can watch a video, put it together. Some people need it in written form. And last night, that's what we did. We put it in written form and we sent it to everybody that was attending. And so I thought about it this morning, and what I'm going to do, I'm in the process of creating a how to use LinkedIn's Sales Navigator document. We're going to make it foolproof for anybody that wants to use it. So Sales Navigator is at the top right of your toolbar on Facebook, on LinkedIn, up at the top. And you need to get it. Now, for those of you that are in boot camp, they're going to give you a 30-day free trial. But they're going to charge it. The Sales Navigator that you want to use, the version you want to use, is under the purple tab. And they're going to give it to you for 30 days for free. And when you get it, you just want to make sure you order the right thing. Because, you see, they want to bill you for a year. Now, they're going to give you 30 days free. And then, when you go there, they want to know how you're going to use it, and you want to use it to find leads more effectively. So you click on that, and then you can start your free month. But again, remember that we want to do the monthly deal. So why do you want Sales Navigator? Well, you don't need the 20 in-mail messages because you're never going to use them. You want the advanced search. You want the feature that shows you who's viewed your profile. You want unlimited people browsing. This is the big one. And when you're brought over to the page, you need to put in a credit card. They're not going to bill you for 30 days. They're prompting you to buy the annual. Do not do that. Go for the monthly. Okay, go for the monthly. Why? Because from time to time, LinkedIn's going to make some changes that you're not going to like. And the only clout you have is to write to them and say, hey, cancel it. I'll come back when you put that feature back. So make sure of that. Now, step one, and this is what we're in the process of putting together, and we're going to introduce it to everybody in boot camp tonight, and then I'm going to make it part of our regular training. You click step one, go to Sales Navigator. Step two, click on all filters. Step three is click on lead filters. And then step four is to filter your lead searches with keywords. All right? Now, there's more to it because you're just going to use Sales Navigator to connect, to find the profiles. Let me come over and demonstrate the rest. All right? So here we are at filters, keywords. So I'm going to type in bartender. And when I do that, they're going to recommend some other words, but look up at the top. They're giving you the number. Well, there's 975,000 bartenders on LinkedIn. We can come over here to geography, and we could search, filter it down by country. So there's more than 500,000 bartenders in the United States, and of course this number is going to drop. Now there are additional filters that you can use. We'll go into that a little later, and click search. So here you have 500,000 results. All of these people have some kind of activity as a bartender. Now right now she's a sales recruiter, but at some point in time she's been a bartender. All right, let's scroll down a little bit. Bartender. At one point in time, Morgan was a bartender, but right now she's a national account executive. So you have all of these profiles. He's the lead bartender at the Crush Wine Bar. His past role, he's a manager at Outback Steakhouse for 8 years. All right? So the way this works is first, you take your mouse, you put it over their name, you right-click, and you open the profile in a tab. Open it in a tab. So you're going to notice up at the top, we're going to have we'll do 4 of them. Jamie and Kat. So we have their 4 profiles up at the top. Now, I'm going to click on Josh. Once we get to the profile on LinkedIn, Sales Navigator, we're going to jump over to the regular LinkedIn. To do that, you go over here to the 3 dots. You click on that, and then we're going to view Josh's profile on the regular LinkedIn. Go over to the second one. Aldo. 3 dots. View it on LinkedIn.com. This is where you are going to communicate with people. Let's go to Jamie. Again, bartender. 3 dots. View on LinkedIn.com. And we'll look at the last one. 3 dots. View on LinkedIn.com. All right? Now, let's come back over here to our search. Because we just pulled up the first people that showed up. What we really want to do to make sure that the people we're contacting are active. If we scroll over here to the right, there's 21,000 people that posted in the last 30 days. So these would be the people that we would absolutely want to be talking to. Search results, go over here to posted in the last 30 days. Well, let's take a look at Josh first. If we scroll down, we can see he just added this in the last year. He's been a bartender here since, May of last year. So what we're going to do now is we're going to click on more. And you never want to message him. You're going to follow him. And then you hit the connect button, add your note. Josh, your profile came up on LinkedIn as someone that I should like to know. And after seeing that you're a bartender, I'd have to agree because I got a lot of friends that are bartenders. So let's connect. Always send a message with the invite. Now, the difference between reaching out to Josh here and reaching out to Josh here is you could message him, all right? Now, they're going to give you 40 messages that you could communicate with Josh. The problem is you're not making a connection. You're just writing back and forth. So never send a message this way. You always send the message here. So we know that maybe Josh hasn't posted anything, but we know he's active. Or at least we know he's relatively current. Next, we take a look at Aldo. We look at Aldo's profile. Again, we could scroll down. And activity. This is what you're looking for. You can go in here. You can look at his activity. You know that he is relatively active. So even though he has been working at this place for 9 years, you don't know how active he is. So if we come over here to click on See All, so he posted something here a month ago. So you know he's active. And frankly, that is all you need to know. Next, we jump over to Jamie. We scroll down here. We have no idea when she started working here. We have no idea how active she is. So sending a connection request to her might go unanswered. Again, we have no idea when was the last time she did anything on here. When did she create this profile? You don't know. So you wouldn't send Jamie a message. The next one is Kat. Bartender, manager. The more, and she works at the Grand Hyatt. So the more people put on their profile, the more eager they are to talk to people about. All right? Bartender, November the 19th. Well, that's less than a year. So, you do not send messages, because if you click on message, it's going to bring you back over to Sales Navigator. You come over here to the back door, click on that, and first we want to follow her, and then when you hit connect, it'll bring up the box this way, put in your note, send the message. So out of 4, 3 out of the 4 were active. And clearly what you can do is, if we come back over here to the search and we just search for 21,000 people that posted in the last 30 days, bring up the profiles, open up the profile in a new page. We're not going to look at it here. Go to the 3 dots, view on LinkedIn. We know she's active. I help people create financial freedom. Okay? So, helping professionals create freedom using social media, that rings to me like she's a network marketer. So she's been a bartender for 11 years. And of course, the question is, how does she do that? How does she do that? And sometimes you'll see it over here in what she posts, in what she does, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out of my account, or Kim's account, and we're going to jump into Greg's account. And let's see, if you didn't change it, Greg, it should already be in memory. There we go. And let me pop over here. And I'm going to unmute Greg. Now, Greg's a dentist. And he's a... Good morning.
Morning, Max. How are you?
I am good.
Can I just spend a minute lauding your praise? Is that okay?
Sure, if you insist.
I do. Well, okay. And for everybody listening, I just want you to know who Max is. I mean, honestly, I've paid for everything for 30 years, and what Max delivers is it's so much above and so much cheaper and so much better than everything else out there. I just want everybody to know that. And you know, he is patient and he is kind and all those good words. And he just knows more about this. He has forgotten more about this than anybody else is ever going to teach you. So all I'm asking you is just pay attention to what the man says.
Well, thanks for that. I might add to that, like Greg says, there's nobody out there in the universe that teaches how to use social media better than me. And Greg has been in network marketing for a long time. He was one of the top earners in, actually, I think it was 2 companies or 3 companies. He's just joined another company. And the basic skill set that he has learned is going to carry him forward. Doesn't matter what company he's in. The one thing that will change is the platform, how you use Facebook, how you use LinkedIn. Just like when you get a new phone and they update software, and the next thing you know, they've moved everything around. So it's kind of like, well, where did they do this? Where did they put this? And it's a pain sometimes to have to find it, locate where it is. But the basic concept hasn't changed since the AOL days, which is talking to people. Okay, so Greg, who were we? We're going to revisit a conversation you had with who?
Alan Elford was the 4th one down, I think.
Okay, here he is.
Yeah. And he called and talked to you, I think, on last Thursday and Friday. He's the gentleman that's doing, I think, gold and crypto, and you kind of suggested that he might want to take a new look at network marketing because he had done it historically for a long time. And so we've been going back and forth, and if you scroll up here, you'll see that he said, sure, I'll be happy to take a look at your company. And I just wanted to give your input on, obviously I can let him do that. But if you had any more data you could write down to him, really, dude, is what you're doing really what you want to do? Because that's kind of seemed what you kind of implied last time, that crypto's great maybe, but network marketing, because the residual concept and everything is much more where you want to be taking another fresh look at. So I went off of your conversation and I contacted him right away.
Okay. Well, it's interesting because he has actually reached out and contacted a number of folks, in boot camp. And, when you look at Alan and you look at his profile, well, he's added all of these. His profile was totally, different than what it was before. He's relatively new to LinkedIn. Yep. He's only got 36 connections. And the thing is, when he comes down here, and good, he took, let's see, I hope he took it off. Let's see. Yeah, he did. But he had made a comment about he's got this system that is 100% free, where you could build a business. So let's take a look. Okay. Great line. All right, so he has to figure out how to explain what he does better. And the truth is, that you always want to use your company tools. Okay? You want to describe yourself, and the deepest you want to get into that is, hey, I got an internet business. Okay, let's see. So you implied that you'd been around network marketing for a long time. Okay. All right. So let's see what he has to see. So you wanted to know what his network marketing experience was. Yeah, if you talk to I owe Margie a call. I really need to reach out to her today.
She loves you.
I know. I love her too. You know.
She's hard not to love.
Right, really. But you know, there are some leaders in network marketing that just give and give and give, and that's Margie.
Yep.
So he says, I'll take a look at your company. I'm actually pretty passionate about what I'm doing. So he said, at one time I was pretty successful in MLM and totally believe in residual income. So right off the bat, the question here, remember, every time you ask a question and you get an answer, the new questions come out of their answers. So I was pretty successful in network marketing. So the question that comes to mind is, what company? Nothing seems to ever last. I got really interested in Bitcoin and crypto a couple of years ago. And he says there is a lot of scams in the space, however. With smart contracts, it changes that. I promise an op called Forsage. You can find out lots on YouTube. All right, so he's saying the challenge for me is recruiting in the world of social media. That's why I took Max's course. So, again, we come back up here, and the question that you'd want to ask is, he was very successful in network marketing at one time. So what was the company that you achieved your greatest success, is one question. And how long ago was it? Okay? So those are the two questions. Now, remember, you're not in the convincing business. We're in the sorting business. And so what we brought up yesterday, and so he comes up here and he talks about where was it? Right here. He says, I'm not promoting a company. And he got interested in Bitcoin and crypto a couple of years ago. A lot of scams. And so the thing is about network marketing is what creates true residual income is that people buy and can buy products, consume products, or subscribe to a service and use the service month after month after month. Month after month. That's where you get your residual income. So if it's investing in something that you expect to appreciate, like Bitcoin, like gold or silver, or cryptocurrency, you don't do that every month. Or the average person doesn't buy gold every month. They don't buy silver every month. So he promotes an opportunity called Forsage. All right? And so what we did, I think we did it while he was still participating, was we went over to Google, all right, and we did a search for Forsage, and it's MLM. See what comes up. And here, Forsage Review, base cash gifting scheme. Right? All right? Now, this is going to be his problem. All right? Whether you like it or not, no matter how many people you talk to about your business, before anybody puts some money down, they're going to go over to Google, and they're going to search this way.
Right.
And when they come over here and look at this, okay, the top stuff that comes up isn't pretty.
No.
Okay? So what happens is, so first you look at this, okay? And what we can do, yes, he wants to send you over to YouTube to watch a video. All right? But now these things, you could find these things on any company.
Sure.
All right? And so the bigger companies go after these people and get this stuff knocked off, but they just come back and do it again. So one thing that you can do is we can take a picture of this. And the other thing that we could do is let's open up another Google page, because this is MLM gifting schemes. So we come over here and we'll type in MLM gifting schemes. Okay? And are cash gifting programs legal? So let's click on the first one. All right? This ain't pretty either.
No.
All right? So what we're going to do is we're going to come back to okay, I should have closed some of these windows down. So let me shut this one down. Shut this one down. So let's get back to the conversation. Here it is. All right. So here we are. We're back at the conversation. All right.
That's a different conversation. You need to go to Alan.
Right. Okay, right. All right, so the questions that we wanted to ask. It's probably here. No, so it's always a good idea when you start to do this is close these things. Okay, so here we are. What was the company you achieved your great success, your great success with? Success with. And then the other question would be, how long ago did you work with them? So those are going to be the two questions. Now,
And do you want grade test before success?
right. Okay. So now what we're going to do is like I said, you can find out lots on YouTube if you're interested. So I'm going to save this. Okay, and so the question that we're going to want to ask him, save that. We'll keep it over here. Okay, so now, that's why I took, the challenge for me is recruiting now in the world of social media. That's why I took Max's course. So first we're going to say, appreciate the fact, you can find out lots on YouTube. All right. So what we're going to do is first we're going to say YouTube is a good place to check out a company. I've over the years I've found that most prospects will just do a search on Google. Just do a keyword search on Google because they don't want to spend any time watching a video. Okay? Now.
And it's a good place, not goof. You have goof place. First line.
Yeah, there we go. So we could say that while YouTube is a good place to check out a company, comma, over the years, I found that most prospects will just do a quick keyword search on Google. Rather than go to YouTube because they don't want to spend any time watching a video because they a company faster keyword search on Google. Period. People can learn more about a company faster. So we'll stop there. Now, Al, here's the bad news. Okay? So we're going to pop back over here and we're going to take a picture of this. Okay? Save that. Come back over here to the message. So I just did a search here. These are my search results. Taken 5 minutes ago. So we're going to paste that in here. Okay, that's that. And the first one talks about gifting. So we send them the second one. So we're going to copy this. Since the first item that came up mentions gifting, I searched for that on Google too. Okay?
Ouch.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to say, well, really what we want to find. Okay, so now what we do is we put in, let's come back over here. I think you'd agree that a is tough enough without having to battle the information, to battle a company on the internet or on the company a little apostrophe there. So I have three questions. Now we could say, well, Max usually suggests we ask one question at a time. I have three questions. Okay? And then the first one is, what was the company you achieved your greatest success with? Whoops. One. Then two, how long ago did you work with them? And then three, how long, whoops. We could ask how what was it, Farage? We're going to make it four questions.
Okay.
How many people, how many have you enrolled? Oops, we're going to make it five. Five. How much money have you made? So we're going to pop back up here. I have five. All right, and we're going to pop it over.
Cool.
All right, and so, you know, but the big thing is really, you know, and see, here's the thing. Gifting, the Federal Trade Commission, This is one of the things we talk about in the retreat. So if we go over to let's see, www.ftc.gov, Federal Trade Commission. Well, for one thing, we could come up here and we could type in Forsage. MLM, see if anything comes up. No results. Well, that's good. So then we could search for gifting. MLM. See what they say there. Now, one of the things that's happening is what they're doing here is they're putting up the latest things on regarding network marketing. And so they've warned a couple of companies about making improper claims about the product's results. FTC says success by success is a pyramid. You can't fight this, okay? You can't fight this. Now this one here, money back for 350,000 Herbalife distributors. And this, there's a story to every story. All right, I'm just going to step back for just a minute. A few years back, Herbalife is a public company, all right? And a few years back, a stock manipulator bought Herbalife stock short and then went and complained to the Federal Trade Commission that they were in an illegal pyramid. It launched a whole big battle. Most companies would have crashed, would have gone out of business. They fought it. And they prevailed. But the government came in and made some questionable determinations as to the ratio between customers and business builders. All right? Which the network marketing industry is still rattling from. And they actually forced Herbalife to pay a $250 million penalty. And when the government got that money, what did they do? They gave it back to the Herbalife distributors. So there were leaders in Herbalife, been with them for years, are getting government checks because the government deemed that they were victims.
Wow.
All right? So, there's a story to the story. So, we put MLM. So let's just put gifting programs. Let's see what the Federal Trade Commission says about that. These are gift cards. So there's nothing there right now. So we can forget about using the Federal Trade Commission. And that's what, the big question is, okay, so how long has Alan been doing it? And has he made any money? Now, it's going to be hard for him to enroll people because, again, the average person is going to go on the internet and check out the name of the company. Yeah, well, go check us out on YouTube. All right? Check us out on YouTube. Okay, but they're also going to go on Google and check you out there. That's why when a company gets in trouble with any government agency, the business building opportunity evaporates. People might still try the products. Years ago, there was a travel company called YTB Travel, Your Travel Business, YTB. And Jerry Brown was the Attorney General in California. He had plans on running for governor. So he went after YTB. He wanted to be in the papers. And between the press that YTB got for being shut down in California. It attracted the attention of another attorney general in the state of Illinois. They went after them too. Those two actions by two states killed the opportunity. YTB tried changing the name of their company. They tried adding products. They never overcame that. So, man, you can't fight the internet. Can't fight it. People are going to check, and so you always want to, for your own purposes, you want to check to see how it works. So, all right, did that help you?
That was great, Max. Thank you much. I appreciate you as always.
All right, well, listen, I appreciate you too, because it's always nice to be able to point to people that know how to dance and, are doing it the right way. So let's take a look at, Rodney says, did we lose the back door on LinkedIn? No, you didn't, Rodney. It's still there. I think we demonstrated it. And let's look at okay, so Julie says, I found out yesterday I have 2 LinkedIn accounts. So let's go over there and see. And let's unmute Julie. And it looks like Julie jumped. So let's look at Martin. And Martin, I'm going to guess this is you. Now, Martin, in looking at your profile, okay, there's something off with your settings, because we should be able to come over here and hit a connect button. So you are restricting the ability for some people to reach out to you. So right off the bat, this is why it's important to go in and check your settings. So here, I mean, you're really shooting yourself in the foot, big time. Big time. Now, we will be back tonight, or later today, at 4 o'clock. And we will be back tonight at 9 o'clock for our last boot camp session. I want to remind everybody that our June boot camp starts on June the 11th, but you can register for boot camp start today. Okay? Okay, so yeah, let's go over to Cindy's account. Now, Cindy, I knew when we sent him that message that, because he already said he's got a job, that if he's got a job and he's working, that he might not be able to answer you. Now, the thing is, he really wanted to talk to you. And so if he has the mobile app, whoops. I'm gonna shut all of this down. I'm gonna open this up fresh. So we're going to come over here to the messages. So he says, I'll be at work, but I'll try to check in. All right. And remember what he's doing. He's got a low-paying job. Okay. So there's no rush. Okay. Cindy, there's no rush. In fact, what we can do is we might save him for tonight, because this is going to involve a whole deal, because remember what he said up here. Tried Nu Skin, Amway, Quickstar, both failed. Tried Rodan and Fields a few years ago. I'm not a good multi-level marketer. I don't like to hound people. Lost friends. My cousin just tried to get me into Maluka. I swear I'd never do another ML again. This can be turned around, because the bottom line is he's not making any money. And when you can show him how, in an hour or two a day, you can help him make $1,000 a week in your company. And without having to experience all the negative things that he experienced with all these other companies. And all we want him to do is take a look. And your cousin tried to get him into Maluka, and probably I mean, it's your relative, okay? It doesn't mean you want to get in business with a relative. You want to get into business with somebody that can help you build a business. And of course, if he doesn't know about some of the tools that you have available, so we'll just let this sit, okay? So tonight, let me just close. Okay, so then we'll jump. Okay, we'll do it. You know, we'll take a look then. So for those of you that haven't registered for our June boot camp, go to maxsteingart.com/retreat combo. You can register for the June retreat, pick up a seat, highly discounted, for our top earner retreat at the end of July, and get our 90-day game plan. All for $279 or 2 payments of $150. Just want to get into boot camp, www.steingart.com/bootcamp, and use the code Go Big Fast. It'll drop the price to $98. We'll be back at 4 o'clock. We'll be back tonight for boot camp at 9. And folks, just remember this. If you're not talking to 10, 15, 20, 30 people every day, you could be. And you could be doing it in an hour or two. There's absolutely nothing to prevent you from being successful in any network marketing company accept your own activity. So Bill liked it, and he says, will I post this on YouTube? I probably will. And Carol, Martin, Mary wants to know how network marketing works. Pull it from the case studies. All right? So, until next time, best of luck in building your business, folks. God bless.